Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm yours Lindu, and in this video section I am going to talk about what are the major things you have to keep in your mind while writing letters. In our day-to-day life, we came across with many letters like if I want to go to a university and I want to refer the books there in that library, what is the first thing that I have to do? Yes, I have to write a letter to the librarian there asking his permission to enter there. If we take another example, if I am working in an office and I want to communicate my problems with the management, there again I have to write a letter. So as you all know, there are two kinds of letter, formal and informal. So before going into detail, the format of these kinds of letters, first we have to look and check what are these letters are. So first, formal letter. When we talk of formal letter, it is the letter which we are writing to a person who is occupying a position. As I told earlier, the persons who are involved in the management, the college principal or the class teacher, and the management people to whom we want to communicate our problems. Or if I want to take leave and I am working in an office, then definitely I have to write a letter to the MD or the person who is superior to me. So the letters which we are writing for official purposes is termed to be as formal letter or official letter. And in these kinds of letters, there are three things which we have to keep in our mind. One, in formal letter, what all the things you have to convey to the reader or convey to the receiver, it should be very brief and crisp. That means whatever things you want to communicate, you have to write it within one paragraph. Second thing you have to notice in formal letter is that you don't have to include usages, proverbs and other kinds of casual talks there because it is entirely formal in nature. And most important thing, third one, is that you don't have to use contractions like haven't I, isn't I, wasn't I, like that. So while you are composing a formal letter, these are the three things that it is very much important for you to remember. One, you don't have to use casual talks or proverbs or idioms. Second, you have to be very crisp and brief in what are the points that you want to communicate. Then lastly, you don't have to use contractions like haven't I or aren't I. Then we move on to the informal letter. What is an informal letter? That's a question. Informal letters are those kinds of letters which we are writing to a person who are very closely connected with us. That means we can use casual languages there, we can call their name, and we can be very friendly with that person in our letter. So that is the major difference between formal and informal letter. That means in formal letter, we have to keep that official or the formal things throughout the context. The second one, informal letter, there is no such limitations. You can use as much as paragraph you want, but with that limit. So this is the major difference between formal and informal letter. Now we will look on to the format of both these letters. So when we come to the formal letter, the main thing that you have to keep in mind is that while writing a formal letter, which preposition should come first? That means whose address should come first. Either it is the receiver's address or the sender. So that I will make clear to you. Whenever you are writing a formal letter, the first thing that you have to include is that from address. From address means the person who is sending the letter. That means if you are writing the letter, then you will be definitely the sender. So here, your address should come there. But one important thing is that whenever you are writing a formal letter, your official address you have to give there. That is your address, that your official address. The next one is date. Date means the date in which you are writing this particular letter. Then comes to address or the receiver's address. That means the person who is going to read your letter. That means to whom you are writing the letter. It should come next. Again, as it is the formal letter, you have to include their official address. That means their name, their office name, office street or place where the office was situated. So these are the things you have to include there. Then comes the subject, and that is the main peculiarity of or main characteristic of formal letter. Because whenever you are writing a formal letter, it is a must thing that you have to include within one sentence what you are going to convey through the letter. Suppose if I am writing a letter to the editor of any magazine regarding the complaint that I have against the road in my area, then what I have to include as a subject? Concern about the problems of the road. So like this, you have to include within one sentence as subject what you want to convey or what is the message that you want to convey to the receiver. Then next comes salutation. Salutation, in very shortly we can say that salutation is the address that you are having or how we address the receiver. That means many usages are available for you. That means respected sir, respected madam, or simply you can use sir or madam. So in this usage you can use anything, any kind as you wish. The next come the body of the letter. As I already told, whenever you are writing a formal letter, the main thing is that the formal letter should, all the matters you should include within one paragraph. You don't have to be too long while writing formal letter. But all the ideas you wanted to convey, you have to make it brief and crisp so that it will be easily understandable to the receiver. Then after the body of the letter, you can write the complimentary note. Again, there are certain usages which you can use as complimentary note. For example, yours faithfully, yours respectively, yours sincerely, and the vice versa. Sincerely yours, respectively yours, and faithfully yours. So these are the complimentary notes, some of the usages that you can use as a complimentary note. And after the complimentary note, you have to include your name and signature. So this is the format of a formal letter. That means first comes the from address, that means the person who is writing the letter. Secondly comes the date on which you are writing the letter. Thirdly comes the to address or the receiver's address to whom you are writing the letter. And then comes the subject. Subject means within one sentence you have to convey what is you are going to say through your letter. Then comes the salutation. As I already told, you can use the salutations or you can use the usages that I have shared with you, whichever you want to use. And then the body of the letter, then the complimentary note, name and signature. Now we will move on to the informal letter. Informal letter, perhaps it's very easy to grasp the format of informal letter, because here you only need 2-3 things. As you can see here, I have already jotted down. The first one is that address, and here you will be having a doubt that whose address you want to include there. Definitely you have to include your address or the center's address here in this address bar. That means here you have to include your address as you are writing the letter. And as I already told, you are writing to a person whom you are very closely connected with. So there you can use casual tones, you can use the names of that person if you are writing letter to a friend at all. So here comes the address, that means your address comes there, and then comes the salutation. As I already told here, in formal letter, you can use the salutations like sincere, respected sir, etc. But here you can use salutations like dear or the name of the person, etc. So dear friend, or you can use the name and you can simply call that person with name. So that is the salutation in informal letter. Then comes the body of the letter, and as already told, there is no limitations in body of the letter in informal letter. You can use as much as paragraph you want, as much as lines you can include in informal letter within that limitations. Then after the body of the letter comes complimentary note. Here you have to use the usage is lovingly yours. You don't have to use respectively, faithfully, and sincerely as you're writing the letter to your friend, your relatives, and the person whom you are very close with. So you can use like this, lovingly yours, or you can simply use yours. And then you have to include your name. So these are very easy to learn when you remember the points. That means in informal letter, you have to include your address, salutation, body of the letter, complimentary note, and then name. When we again move to the formal letter, here you have to include the from address or the sender's address, date on which you are writing the letter, receiver's address, subject, salutation, body of the letter, complimentary note, name and signature. So this is very easy to write a letter now. So this is my video about formal and informal letter in a short span. If you like my video, please give thumbs up, like and share, and if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel eagerly.